Hi everybody, how y'all been? Welcome and welcome back. It's Chameleon Girl, and today let's go ahead and jump right into the recipe. We're gonna go ahead and do a pot roast in the slow cooker, and it's gonna be, if you cook it and cook anything like a meat or anything and it just feels like it won't get tender, take a little bit of flour as a tendering agent and add a little bit of water to it. Pour it in what you're cooking to thicken it. So we're gonna start out with a thicker recipe because it's kind of late in the day, but needless to say, guys, let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay guys, so we just have our slow cooker going right here, and we got it nice and hot and steamy. Now the reason why we go with this first is because we want everything to marry and melt together before we add our meat. So you're going to start out with 1 can of cream of mushroom. Now you're going to add some Kitchen Banquet browning seasoning because we want a rich brown color. And then we're going to add some Maggi. Because we want flavor in our gravy. We're going to add, we started out with 2 cups of water, guys, just to be clear, in there to melt down the seasoning. A little bit of garlic salt, about a ½ teaspoon. And we're gonna add in our brown gravy packet. I'm gonna make this easy enough. And we're gonna give it a nice whiskey poo until we don't see chunkies. Okay. And it's not going to be perfect, but we don't want to see the powder. So you're going to try to break it down a little bit. And to this, do you want mushrooms, sweetie?
No, thank you.
Okay. So we're going to keep it simple, sweet. I don't know who, I love mushroom, but some people don't. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and close this back and let it get really, really hot while we get the meat seasoned. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the lid on and then go to the meat, seasoning it. This gets hot. Okay, so now first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take and add some paprika to this, and we're gonna be very generous and hearty with it. And we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna use a fork this time because I'm out of gloves. But use your hand if you got to, baby. You don't have to have that stuff. How you think the ancestor did it? See, I learned my cooking from my mom. My mom was an old school mom who knew what was up with the food. So anyway, then I'm gonna add some black pepper and repeat on the next side. We're gonna be generous. Then I'm going to add some garlic salt. Going back to the black pepper, we added at minimum 2 teaspoons. Okay, and this is onion powder. So no sodium in that, so let's be hearty. Repeat. Now, add a little Lowry's seasoning. We're not gonna go crazy on it. ½ teaspoon on either side. 3/4 teaspoon on either side, I guess. This is a big piece of meat. This is a 5-pound piece of meat. Okay. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is add some browning and seasoning sauce directly to the meat. Just a notch of it. And we're not gonna actually rub it in quite yet. And we're gonna add some deliciousness, some Maggi. If you don't have Maggi, you know, substitute soy sauce. Because this is a soy sauce flavor, I think. Just a little bit more color and maybe the sodium. Maybe 1 pack. Maybe 1.5. We're looking for flavor. Let's get it rubbed in.
Looks like brisket.
Yes, it's a quality piece of meat. And it was not cheap. I think it was $35. 5-pound chuck roast, which I haven't made in a while. Because I've been doing like the bottom round. I'm going to put a little Maggi on this side. A little gravy browner. Be generous. I mean, you don't have to go crazy, but just be generous. So your meat come out pretty color and more and more and more and more and more flavorful. Now this is going to make water. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and get it in the slow cooker, okay? And remember, we have 2 cups of water, 1 can of cream of mushroom, and we have 1 pack of gravy mix, which is going to be a thickening agent to cause it to cook a lot more rapid, especially since we're using a slow cooker. This is a good meal, guys, for when you got to head off to work. Have it ready the night before, pop it in a slow cooker, and boom, you're out the door. Okay, for the most part, we're going to make sure that is mixed up very well. Because this was at a bubble and everything. So that's what the good news is. We're just going to add a little. That means everything melted together. We're going to add a little pepper. And we're going to give it a little bit more of a stir. And we're going to take our giant 5-pound arroz. Oh, got it? Okay. And we're gonna let it go on down in there. See that goodness that it's gonna be? And what we want cooking the slowest is going to be our carrots. Sometimes I like them like that, just whole. Everybody get one, tender's good, it's ready. And then the next thing that I like to have in there is my potatoes. Right on top, because you don't want them deep in the gravy. And then this meat, like I said, is going to make its liquid. That's why as this stuff thickens here, it's going to balance out. Now on those potatoes, we still want them to have flavor because we want everything that touches our food to have flavor. Let's start with some pepper. Let's go in with some garlic salt. Not for flavor, but let's go in with some parsley flakes. Let's go in with the little Lowry's. We're just trying to get the vegetables seasoned because they have to have their own flavor. And we'll go on with some butter. So anyway, you guys, guess what? I had to end up really cooking this roast. So I had turned it on pretty late. And so what I did was I turned it to low instead of high because y'all know that I am low and slow. And so anyway, let's go ahead and introduce, this is my eldest son. And he gonna do the taste test today. So let's go ahead and serve it up. Okay, guys, so here is a Z pot roast. Yeah, the pot roast was just so big and hearty. And then I learned that it's actually 6 pounds. It was so big, delicious, and hearty that I actually had to go in ahead and just look. That's over 1.5 inches of meat. And so, yeah, I looked at the package, and it was 6 loops and 32 ounces, I believe. 6.13, I think. It don't matter, but anyway, let's get a little bit more juice in there. We got to make sure that you want a little bit more carrots and stuff too.
Yeah, I need a couple more carrots. Just one more.
These carrots are sweet.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, and that's how we want the sauce. We want it not over thick. Not one more potato.
Yeah.
Okay. Half of that, or
Yeah, you can do
a little.
Yeah, do a little.
So anyway, there's the plating of it. And my grandson. Ooh, wow. Okay. Should have had him as a taste tester. So anyway, go ahead and lift that up.
Okay.
Give your honest
Nice
feedback.
and tender.
Okay, do you need the knife?
Don't need no knife.
Don't need a knife?
Get a little carrot in there.
Carrots are sweet. Oh, he could eat his food hot.
Oh, that's super good. Oh my goodness.
You gotta taste it with the potato.
Yeah, that's the next part.
My son is a chef, so if he says it's good, it better. And that's for sure. Anything missing?
No, that's fire.
He says fire. His mouth is full. But anyway, thanks for watching. And guys, overall cook time, I did 8 hours. Low and slow. And in the meantime, do me a big favor. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. God bless.